Space Camp. It's been 4 years since we've gotten any Ready Jet Go content, so to say that I was hyped for this was an understatement. But did it deliver? Let's see. The plot of the movie is actually really convoluted, and Space Camp is just one of the elements that make up this movie. Jet wants to be like his TV hero, the Great Galacto, so he goes common surfing, but Sunspot burns his tail, which causes him to shrink, and Jet has to stay behind from Space Camp so he can try and build an engine that can take him to Mascarpone, a faraway planet that is the only thing that can cure Sunspot's shrinking. Eventually, Jet does decide to go to Space Camp since they're building fake spaceships there. Mitchell takes the engine that Jet was building, places it into his team's spaceship, which launches Jet and the others into space. Now they have to go to Mascarpone and get to the Shrinkulum, the element that can cure Sunspot, in time to make it back to Space Camp. Oh, and also there's another Patronian on Earth named Stella Singularity, who was previously the #1 fan of the Great Galacto until Jet replaced her, and since she was on Mitchell's team, she's also on the spaceship, and tries to hijack the mission so she can become the #1 fan again. Now that we've got the story out of the way, let's evaluate it. There is definitely a lot of emotion in this movie. You laugh at Phase 9000's ridiculous attempts at disguise. You feel sorry for Jet because he's losing his best friend, Sunspot. You go, aww, when Sunspot finally gets cured. You get worried when the kids almost get sucked into a black hole, but then you are filled with awe and relief when they successfully escape it. It is definitely a very eventful movie, with some scenes that are hard to watch, but of course, everything turns out okay in the end. The main theme of the movie is teamwork. Jet wanted to go to Mascarpone by himself, and he said he didn't want to take Sean, Cindy, and Mindy because he didn't want to put them in danger. He also wanted to be like the Great Galacto, who always does everything by himself. But they end up coming anyways, and then when it seems that all hope is lost, they assure Jet that they are there to help him when he needs it. And speaking of the Great Galacto, he admits that he doesn't actually do everything by himself, as he has a crew to help him. It's only when Jet works together with his friends that they find the Shrinkulum and save Sunspot. The teamwork theme is also showcased with the character of Stella, who, by the way, is the best character in the movie. She's cool, she's daring, and she always likes to be #1. She doesn't really understand teamwork at first, and is quite rude towards the others, but eventually she undergoes character development and starts working as a team with the others. And by the end, she doesn't care whether she's a #1 fan of the Great Galacto or not. What a great arc. Some other tidbits of character development that I like in the movie are the fact that Mindy gets to pilot the spaceship at one point. Remember, this is the girl who, at the beginning of the series, wasn't allowed to go anywhere past Jet's yard, and now she gets to pilot a spaceship. Also, Sean is much braver in the movie than he was in the series, something that Cindy points out. And for Jet, well, let's just say that he went through his Madoka arc. Because Sunspot burned his tail while common surfing, Jet thinks that's all his fault, and makes bad decisions to continuously throughout the movie, like not telling his friends about what happened, and then at one point, just breaks down. Jet Propulsion. One of the happiest characters in fiction, getting depressed and almost losing his best friend. Yikes. Finally, Jet almost witnessing the death of his beloved pet, Sunspot. The one character arc that I didn't like in the movie was Mitchell's. You would think that after one small step, that Mitchell would have figured out that Jet is an alien, would have become a good friend of the main characters. But no, he's back to spying on Jet in the movie for the sake of drama, and even says that Jet is plotting an alien invasion with Stella. Seriously? Mitchell should know better than that. One small step ended with Mitchell happily singing with Jet and his friends. Space Camp ended with Mitchell throwing a tantrum on the ground. Name a bigger downgrade. I'll wait. But on a more positive note, can we talk about the animation in the movie? I can't show you any actual footage because it'll get screwed over, but if you watch the movie, you'll know that it's so smooth and pretty. Since they have a bigger budget, this makes the character movements smoother and backgrounds look more realistic. Seriously, in a TV show the trees look like cardboard, but in the movie they look like actual trees. And what about the songs in the movie? What else can I say other than they're great as always? Jim Lang is the greatest of all time. From the ska-inspired Dear Great Galacto to the emotional Brother from Another Sunspot Mother to the groovy Super Hyperdrive, it's all so amazing. Overall, this movie was amazing and was definitely worth the 4-year wait. If you haven't seen the movie, I think you have to watch the Ready Jet Go series before you watch the movie because the movie will only make sense to someone who has seen the series, especially considering the character development and the fact that the movie tonally is very different from the TV show because it's more dramatic and stuff. Seriously, Watching Space Camp and watching your average episode of Ready Jet Go is like watching two different things. But if you're a Ready Jet Go fan like myself, you will definitely love the movie. Thanks for watching.